Hello, everyone. Welcome to my world and the Unveiled channel in YouTube, and which is more focused on my 40 years of in the business of fashion and beauty. And if you're new to my world, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe and please make comments of what I share here. I try to keep my episodes at no more than 15 minutes. But I don't know. I've been hearing and watching videos from other YouTubers how they got started, and for me this is not easy. Standing in front of a camera and talking about life or just things. The way I was brought up, it wasn't accepted. To spill your life, like I think my parents, if they watch what's going on in the world today, they would be like, I'm sure they're rolling in their graves, especially with some people in particular, which I think you know who I'm talking about. So this episode, I want to talk about the comments that some of my followers have been making regarding keratins and regarding hair color, and but mainly about the keratins. But like I said, I've been following some of the YouTubers, and they said it doesn't matter, just start the best way you can with the equipment you have, and eventually things will evolve, and hopefully people will support me and like my content and follow me, and that will come true, which I hope so. I think this is the next step for me in my life, and let's see where it goes. I will go out. Right now, I've been starting this in my room where I live in this beautiful city that I live in, which I will be showing. At the moment, I'm walking around with a crutch, so I won't be able to film and walk. So I have to go to stand in front of one of the icon buildings or monuments that the city has to offer to talk about whatever I need to talk about and show you the city. And I've been around. Like I said, I was born and raised in San Juan, Puerto Rico. From there, I went to college in Syracuse, New York, Syracuse University. Yes. Then I went back to Puerto Rico, and I studied cosmetology at Academia de Belleza Borinquen. I was in Puerto Rico for about 5 years before I moved to Boston, the city of Boston in Massachusetts, which was a great city. Lots to do, lots to see, and full of culture, great public transportation, and which is something very civilized, I think. And then from there, I moved to Miami, Florida, South Beach, for the past 30 years. And now I'm here in Barcelona, Spain. And something I've learned in the past 10, 20 years is that, nothing's forever. So, for now I'm here. Who knows where life will lead me to. That's part of life's challenges and life's stories and life's learning. I want to ask you, what do you think? Do these look great? Well, you know what? Let me do the rest of this episode with these, and and you tell me which one looks better in the comments. Please make comments, and subscribe. My mission statement, I guess, is like I said, it's been in the fashion and beauty industry for 40 years, and I want to talk about that. But I also, I think, want to talk about my life, my personal growth and all of this. And sorry. And something that one of my great teachers in cosmetology school, Eddie Rodriguez from Academia de Belleza Borinquen. Sorry. Well, probably one more will come. He said, something that's very important is to stay teachable, and, keep an open mind, be flexible, because it's the only way. And Darwin, I think it was Darwin that said the any species that adapts is the one that survives, any situation. Because if you come out of school and you think you know it all, I work with people who had 15 years in the business and they were still doing basic stuff. And there's no need for it. I mean, there's so much new stuff and great stuff and how to make your job easier, faster, better, prettier. And, I hope the music is not bothering you and not like distracting you from what I have to say. And so let's talk about the carrot. One of the comments that people were saying that they were asking me, what's the difference between the regular keratin and products like Botox or Brazilian blowout? Well, from what clients commented and told me is that that they would have to get it done every 6 weeks, for example, a month. So for me, what that's telling me is that it may be a keratin or it has keratin, but it's a very diluted keratin, so it doesn't really last long. The difference is that a regular keratin, at least in my mind, or the way I did it, lasted me 6 months. Clients would come every 6 months to get it done, and and that was good, and they were happy with that, and they noticed they 6 months they noticed the texture of the hair changing. And not changing, it's just that it's growing in its natural way. And, with the colors and the highlighting, the keratin protein would deplete. Somebody also mentioned about shampoos with keratins and conditioners with keratins. Yes, and that works just as well as other products. Any protein, like I mentioned before in another episode. Sebastian had one that was called Cellofix. I believe that was like a leave-on. It was a spray-on leave-on treatment, and which is protein, and it's good to help especially weak hair, thin hair, to be a little more bouncy. And I used to use it for perms, before and after, just to help with the process. And there was also Infusion 23, which was a great product. There was another one, I think it was called PPT. It was from Clairol, and but I never really used that myself. I know it was used a lot, especially in hairstyling competitions, as a setting lotion. I guess because it hardened the hair and it just made it shiny, I guess. So, and that's what they needed for all those bleached out hairs in the styling competitions. So it was great. But I don't know if Clairol kept making it. I don't know what happened to it. So, but yeah, the keratin in these products, and I've mentioned it before also. Keratin is not for everyone, especially the treatment with the iron and all that. If you want curls and you like keratin is not for you. However, if you have a very tight curl that you want to loosen up, yeah, keratin could be a good option for you instead of using a relaxer, because a relaxer, your traditional relaxers, or that use the chemical called sodium hydroxide or thioglycolate. Some like the Chi was one, like what they call the no-lie relaxer. Those relaxers have a different chemical, but still those two chemicals will completely change the structure of your hair permanently. Okay, keratin doesn't do that. Keratin is just a treatment to replenish your hair with the protein. You still can hot roller it. You can still use a hot curling iron. The other thing I have to say before I forget is that keratin. Once you have a keratin, you might want to. Well, definitely, it's always recommended not to use shampoos with sulfites, and because that will wear out the treatment. Also, try to avoid swimming pools, anything with chlorine, hot tubs, beaches. I'll leave that one up to you. But definitely the chlorine will definitely wear out the treatment faster. So if you like your hair, try to not swim in chlorinated water. Your water in your shampoo in the shower is, yeah, it's a little chlorinated, but it's not like a pool. So, and again, don't use the shampoos with sulfites. What else did I needed to say about the keratins? I mean, like I said, it's the one of the best products ever invented for hair. Not invented. It was put into play, and it was another game changer for me. As far as reconstructive and building up trust from your client that you want the best for their hair. Whoever's burning hair, whoever's getting their hair burned or broken with keratins, I don't know what to say. Don't keep going to that same hairdresser, because maybe they're using a product that they think it's a keratin or has other chemicals that will destroy your hair. The other thing was about hair coloring. The difference between ammonia and peroxide. They're two necessary evils in color. Color in 45 minutes is supposed to lighten, remove all the natural pigment and replenish it with artificial pigment. And it has to do it in 45 minutes. Peroxide is there to balance out the alkalinity of the color, because the color on its own is very alkaline, it's very corrosive. So the peroxide kind of sort of balances out the pH. And it also helps to open the cuticle so that the chemical can get into the hair and do what it has to do. The ammonia, it's another necessary evil. Because the ammonia is what makes the product work fast, in those 45 minutes. So the more ammonia, the faster it does, the more it stains the hair. But the professionals' tubes only have like less than 25% or 20% ammonia in the product. The others have more, maybe 50%. I don't know. I'm not sure. If you really want to know, Google it. So anyways, I don't know what else to say in this. Those are pretty much the two comments, or kind of like summarizing about the comments from people. So I'm going to leave it at that, and thank you. If you're new, subscribe. If you like my content, make comments, and let's have a conversation. And I love you all. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you. And comment about these. Tell me if you like them or not. Thank you.